that scare you? That's so stupid. But we love it. We love Renee, the horse. You all, if you have not seen the Renaissance film yet, granted, I know you all, it's been 3 days, but did I do the early preview tickets for Thursday night? I did. So here we are. You should go and see it. It's wonderful. If you've been to this channel before, you know how much I love Beyonce, because that's what we do over here. That literally has nothing to do with making. But I thought that's how we're going to start this bad boy today. Oh, good times. Anywho, let's get into it. Lots to talk about. Take 75. What's good, peacemakers? Welcome back to another episode of the Piece for Peace Crafting Podcast. I'm Michael, and this is my crafty corner of the YouTube universe. If you would like to find me on other social media, you can do so by following me over on Instagram and Threads as Piece for Peace Crafting, or on Ravelry as Piece for Peace Craft. If you like music and you would like to follow along to the playlist that goes with this lovely little show, you can do so by hopping over to Spotify and checking out the Piece for Peace Crafting Podcast playlist. If you have trouble finding it, shoot me a message over on Instagram, not here on YouTube, and I will gladly direct you to the link for all of that fun music. Hello, everyone. Returning folks, hello. New peeps, hi. Welcome. We hope you stay a while in this crafty little corner we have made for ourselves over here and enjoy the pleasantry of our little community. I hope everyone is well or doing as well as you can. The past 2 weeks have been a whirlwind, to say the least. Here in the States, we had Thanksgiving for those of us that celebrate. Ours was pretty chill, just me and my roomies. We wanted to keep it that way this year. Hanging out, watching some holiday movies. We just learned, I don't know if I talked about this the last time. We just learned that on the smart TV that we have, it just like has like channels that play like reruns of like old things on it. But there's a holiday channel and like a Hallmark channel that play only holiday movies right now, and it is awful. And I mean that in the best way possible. So we like have that on in the background lately, and sometimes, you know, you catch one of those movies in the middle. We try to figure out what the plot is quickly, and then watch it to the end. And sometimes, you know, it's just like for 5 minutes, we're like, okay, this is so bad, we have to turn it off. So that's been fun. Lots of good eats, obviously, over the holiday. Other than that, yeah, gearing up for some things. I have a couple things that I want to chat about right off top. One, we're officially in December, which don't even get me started on that. But that means that the coupon code that's down below for red Stag Fibers, you only have until the end of the month to use that. All the information is linked down below. The code will get you 10% off of your purchase. The code is also down there as well. So the shop will be linked. The code will be linked. Please use that if you so wish. There's some really beautiful things in the shop, and I think you all would really love them. And it was so generous of them to offer that to all of us. So that's one. Two, so it's Saturday, December 2nd, when some of you are seeing this. And tomorrow, December 3rd, or in the future, just like go scroll back through episodes or like look in the live tab. Tomorrow, I will be going live again. So this will be my third live, which is crazy. But yeah, I'm going live. We're doing another Tube Dudes live event, holiday edition. And so that will be Stuart of the Wool Patch, the guys at Needles at the Ready, so Kevin and Ray, myself, and then we will round out the day with Chip and Aaron of Fiber Hustle. That will all take place here on YouTube starting at noon Eastern Standard Time. So wherever you are in the world, figure out what time that is. From noon Eastern Standard Time. And yeah, it should be a great day. If you've never joined us for one of those events, it's basically each channel is going to be talking about fun things that you can do and make for the holidays. We're going to be about, if you celebrate Christmas, we're about 22 days out. I don't know the dates for my other winter holidays off the top of my head, but just things that you can make during the winter holidays. We're trying to keep it simple, keep it cute. We don't want anyone like rushing. No one's asking you to knit a sweater for anybody ever, really. And so this will not be the time for us to be telling you to do that when everyone feels like they are crunched for time, especially if you are someone that enjoys making things for people during this time of year. Some of us, maybe these makes are just gonna be for us, and that's okay too. So feel free, pop over. I'm third in the lineup, so 12-1-2, so 2 o'clock Eastern time is my time slot. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. So some of the things that I've been working on, I can't show, I'm not gonna show right here, but I will save that for tomorrow's live event. Those lives will also be up here on YouTube after, so if you feel like you, if you are not able to attend when it's actually happening live, all of us will be posting them to our channel for you to watch at your own pace and leisure after the event happens. I'm really looking forward to it. I think it should be really fun. Yeah. And then lastly, now I would normally save this for the end, but I'm excited and I want to get it out of the way now. Not get it out of the way, but I want to share now. So, in the past 2 weeks, sorry, I'm pulling things out of bags. In the past 2 weeks, the lovely ladies at Beautiful Sister, you all know how much I love them, reached out and asked if they could send some things over to the podcast to give away to you lovely people. Now, I know some of you have reached out to me, whether it be here or via Instagram, and said, oh my gosh, I just ordered a bag from them. It's so beautiful. I'm so happy I got one. And I love that. I'm in full support of them. They're just great people. And so they asked if they could send some stuff along to give away to you all. And so I was like, my heart is full, and that's so sweet. So I wanted to share them with you because one of them I want to give away now. It's the 75th episode. I feel like that's a reason to celebrate. Also, it's because it's a holiday bag. And so, yeah, I don't want it in my house. I want one of you to have it. So I'm not going to undo them all of the way because I love how beautiful and pristine they look right now, but I will show you the fabrics of the bags. And one of them I have, and so I can show it to you and you'll get the gist of what it is. So the first 2 bags, this moon print. Gorge, stunning. It's one of the ones that fold in. I will show you because I own one and it's being used right now, and so I'll show you how that works. So we have this one. This is the one that I would love to give away right now. You can totally see it has a little shimmer and sparkle to it. It is giving me all of the holiday vibes. I love it so much. So this one I would like to give away now. If you leave a comment down below, use the word holiday or holidays. Let's say holidays with an S. Then you will be, I'll just like search for that later in life. And then in the next episode, which I recognize will be in the middle of December, but it's fine. It'll still come to you within the winter months. I will send this out to you. I'd rather announce it here than go into the comments because we all know trolls. So I'll announce it on the next episode. Write something that says holidays. You'll get this lovely, stunning We Live bag. And then the other two, these are more, I wish I knew the name of them off the top of my head. But these are, I would say medium size. You could probably get a few things in here. Love this fabric. So good. It has the little strap with it that you can leave on or take off. And there is a little pocket on the inside. Again, I don't want to open them up too much because I want them to look beautiful when you get them. And then this one, you all, if I'm being honest, you may have to fight me for it. Just because I think the fabric is so beautiful. Yeah, just some sunrises, maybe some rainbows, and I'm gonna assume hills and mountains. Another gorgeous, stunning bag, perfect for a smaller project. And the little pocket on the inside is the same. All right, somebody may be getting this, or in future episodes, you may see me holding it up because I've kept it. But I will be giving the others away at some point, one of them being this one first off. Again, I know I've said it already, holidays in the comments, I'll pull someone. The next episode, we'll make sure to get this out to you. So thank you so much to the wonderful ladies at Beautiful Sister. If you all don't know, I mean, you all should. If you're here, you should know. We love them, fully support them. Their stuff is amazing. Like way too many of my bags, not way too many, most of my bags are theirs, and I love that. All right, so I think that's all the things. It's been 75 minutes already. Shall we get into some makes? I'm just trying to make sure that I brought everything in the room. Yes. Okay, cool. So I have no finished objects tier. But whatever, it's totally fine. But I have been working on 4 things, one of which has eaten up most of my time because I'm on a deadline for it. We'll talk about that project in a minute, but let's start with some smaller objects. So, we'll save these. First up, I think I talked a little bit in the last episode. I actually don't remember now. Saying that I wanted to cast some socks on. I think I think I said that. And so I went into my stash and I pulled out some, because you all know how much I love Woolens And Nosh. I purchased some sets while I was why can't I think of anything right now? While I was away over the Rhinebeck weekend, I purchased some sock sets from her, and so I cast one of those on. So the mini that came with it is this honey. It's giving bright, bright, bright orange, and I don't want to tangle it. The skein looks like this, caked up. And so this was the Sunfish colorway, right? This is in her 9010 Targhee Superwash base. And the skein was a little bit lighter, which totally fine. Again, for all of my socks, I cake up the skein, and then I weigh it, and then I have that, and then I re-cake them into 2 cakes. Yeah, because I do them 2 at a time. So, and I also do that with the mini too, just because I find that makes it easier. These are living, you guessed it, in a beautiful sister bag. This one has little mushrooms on it. Someone actually in the last episode asked about this bag, and if you're not following them, just follow them. They change out the fabrics a lot. And so if you see something, you should get it because the fabrics are gone. Anywho, here's what those are looking like knit up so far. Oh, they're so good. So normally when I'm showing socks that have been dyed by Woolens And Nosh, they've been the monthly clubs, and those colors, or those colorways tend to have more colors in them, but she does have some more, what I would say are simple, so like 3-stripe, I think she does a 4-stripe one, socks as well. And so I really wanted to snag one of those and just knit one of them up because, again, I think self-striping is fun, and I thought these were beautiful. So I'm actually going to show you another pair of socks. Both are being knit magic loop, 2 at a time. I do them toe up, starting with a Turkish cast on, 14 stitches, and then I increase to 68 stitches, and then I join my main color and just knit. I'll do an afterthought heel. Yeah, and then add the cuffs at the end. These are done in a US 1, by the way. What is that, 2.25? So yeah, I love them. They're really cute. I'm digging it. The orange is so bright, and I love that. So that's my first little thing that I'm working on. Socks. My commuter projects. All right, so that's thing 1. Thing 2 is another pair of socks. Because, well, 1, why not? And 2, I'd started those, and then a few days later, my mystery club came in, and so I had to cake that up and cast that on because that's what I'm doing with that club. As soon as it gets here, I'm excited. I want to cake it up. I want to cast them on. So everyone should have gotten theirs already. I'm really excited to watch those of you who got the Advent skein this year. I did not. Yeah, I didn't. It's fine. So this is the November colorway. There will not be one for December. Most of you are knitting the Advent. I believe the shop closes for December so that they can get rest and recoup before the new year. And so this is the November colorway, and I'm pretty sure it's called, as I look at it, Holographic Glow. So this is the tag for Woolens And Nosh. Again, this is the 9010 Targhee base. It's a 3-ply, 411 yards. Here's the mini. Again, let me make sure my things aren't twisted. Oh, if you don't want to see it, look away, look away, look away. Or not, just like get into your life. Maybe it will inspire you to be like, oh my gosh, I have those and let me knit them up. So here's what that looks like. No time. The mini is like a dark navy, and the main is giving you all the fun colors. So here's how that's working up. It's so funny. I don't know if I've said this before in here, but like when I'm winding it up, I'm like saying the colors as they come past so that I know once I split them into 2 cakes, like, oh, okay, this one let's say it starts with tangerine. This one starts with tangerine and the color before tangerine is black. I need to know, like, oh, just before the black is pink, let me keep an eye out for when that happens so that I know that it's close to being an equal skein or equal cakes or whatever. But I still am always a little bit surprised because I'm not paying attention to that order of how it will knit up. I'm always surprised like when I start knitting it up. So here's what holographic glow looks like. So fun. And I was trying to think of like the colors that are in holograms. And I'm hoping that that's what it's from. And because they have like these sorts of shades in it, you know, when you look at a hologram. Somebody agree with me so I don't sound like I'm just talking out the side of my neck. I love these. The same formula as the last socks I showed. Actually, something that's fun is I started these when I didn't have a lot of light. Like I had enough to start them, but not enough to do my normal increases for the toes. So normally for the toes, I do like a make one left, make one right. So that means like knit one and then the bar that's in between the two stitches I lift up, depending on if I'm going left or right, and I knit one to add that increase and then go and then do the opposite on the other side. So if I start with a right, I end with a left in the row. And I didn't have enough lights, and this color's a little bit dark, to really be looking for the bars. I was like, I'm not going to do that. And so because you are the boss of your knitting, I just decided that I was going to do knit front back. And those were going to be my increases for these. And honestly, I mean, I'm going to hold it up close. You can't, where's my other one? I mean, you can tell a difference, but you can't tell the difference. And the look is still the same. I mean, I can tell. I mean, I'm sure you can too. So they're slightly different, but like it's the same, but different. Yeah, so I think that's good for those of us who maybe were getting into sock knitting. You know, I definitely have been on a journey. Sounds so silly, but I definitely like, that was one of the things that I really wanted to do. Like, was it this year or last year? I don't remember. One of my like things that I wanted to do more of or try to do more of out of the year was make more socks, because I wanted that to be a part of what I was doing. And I think in doing so, it's good for new people or folks who have been knitting socks for a long time. Just like try other things. Like if you do afterthought heels all the time, try heel flap and gusset once, or try a heel flap and gusset that has a partridge heel, or the shadow, you know, like a fleagle heel. Like do different things just to be like, oh yeah, I don't really like that. Or, ooh, actually this fits my foot really well. Like I'm glad that I went and tried that. It's the same thing with the increases, right? Like I didn't have enough light, but I knew that like the increase is the increase, and I could do I could do knit front back, and that would work just as well. And so, yeah, don't be afraid to just like play. That's what we're doing. We're just cats with better brains who are just playing with yarn, right? So yeah, don't be afraid to do that. Have fun. Try new things. It's all good. All right, so those are my second socks. Loving those. Also, Woolens And Nosh. All right, next thing, we'll save that for last. The next thing that I'm working on, you all, look, I was working on this while I was waiting for a class to start, and my whistle for when I teach. And now you would think, why do you need a whistle for when you're teaching a dance class? Well, I'm teaching in public schools, and sometimes we're in an auditorium or a gym, and I don't know if you've ever been around 30 K through second graders, but they's loud. And so sometimes to get their attention, one needs to blow a whistle. All right, so this next project is living in another beautiful sister bag. So this is what the bag that I will be sharing with one of you looks like. This one is one that they did in collaboration with Spin Cycle. So it's Spin Cycle dyed fabric, and then they've knit it up. The great thing about these bags is, and I've definitely done this around the house, is you can hold it on your arm and be working on your project. Like if I'm waiting for something like water to boil, I can stand there. When you close it up, so I can fold that down, and I can take the two sides. Here, I'll do it up here and give it a little twist. Nothing's coming out. It's secure. It's there. We love it. Or what I've been doing when I've been working on it and I've been at home is I just take it and fold this over, and cute. Now it's just a little bowl and I'm working out of it. And when I'm done with it, I can just like twist it up and get out of there. All right, so next is I don't know about where you are. For some of you, it's probably very warm, actually. Here, we are going through the we don't know what temperature we want to be phase of end of fall, soon to be beginning of winter. And some days when I get up in the morning to walk the dog, it is a smooth 20 degrees outside. And normally I like a little beanie. I have hats that cover my ears, but for some reason I couldn't find the one that I really wanted. And so I just ended up like putting my, a shawl higher up and wearing my hoodie and a coat to go and walk the dog or whatever. It's like, I should just make myself another hat. So I came to the wall, and I'm so sorry, but I don't have the tag. What's happening in this bag? But I picked out, that's a disaster. I picked out, you all, there's random things in this bag now. I picked out some yarn, and this looks horrible now, but it was a beautiful cake at one point. This is some Piece Fleece, or from, the company Piece Fleece. And this is their worsted weight. Oh, shucks, I didn't look up the color. Baltic something. I don't remember, and I don't know where the tag is, so I'm so sorry to everyone. Baltic something. I just looked on the website the other day, and it's there. If you go to Piece, everything's linked below. And this is in their worsted, and that is 75 Navajo Rambouillet and domestic fine wool, and 25% merino. And I think that it's a 2-ply. It's gorgeous. I think the color is amazing. And so I was watching someone, Slip Ginge, maybe, his podcast, and he showed this hat, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's the hat I want to make. And it's a free pattern, which is really cool. So this is called Jason's Cashmere Hat. I'll put a picture here. And it's free. It's by Melissa Thompson, I believe. It's knit on US 6s and 8s. So is that 4 and 5 millimeters. And so here's where I am with that. Oh my gosh, you guys, I can't even. I just started this the other day, and yeah. Did you just take a deep breath too? Because I did. So, yeah, let me just roll this down. I rolled it up because I find that when I'm knitting hats, I'd rather the brim be folded just because it makes it smaller and more compact than it just being long and hanging out. Anyway, it's great. I'm really enjoying it so far. It's just some ribbing, 2x2 for, I don't remember how many inches, maybe 4. And then you start this fun little cable number, just going around. And we're going to repeat that for a few times, and then I'm going to start some decreases and finish it off. This has just been a couple days worth of work, and I'm absolutely loving it. I think maybe two evenings, maybe. I could have really pushed and finished it, but if I'm being honest, like, I've been getting home lately and I've been super tired, and so sometimes, we may get a couple rows in, and then I think that it's good to tell yourself, like, it's fine to just sit and, like, watch TV for a minute, or, like, listen to a book or whatever. And so, like, I didn't work on it very much in the evenings. I mean, a little bit. It's been great for the mornings though too. But I think with the yarn, the stitch definition is chef's kiss, absolute stunner. And the color, I am like 1,000% here for. I think it's so beautiful, and it's gonna look really dope once it's done. Now on the website, it says that the yarn will bloom a lot and it will soften up, and it's not like rough by any means, but it's a sturdy little number. But I do think once I give it a nice little soak, it will, the cables will pop even more, and it will just be like a really stunning hat. And so I'm really excited to finish this so that I can start wearing it on my morning walks. Now, I will say, I know that it has 25% merino in it, and I low-key was going to hold a mohair with this, just because. I was like, I want something like warm and fuzzy on my head while I'm going for walks in the morning. And then, like, I had a color that was close, but I think that this color is just so beautiful. I didn't really want to alter it too much, and sometimes that's what not sometimes, that can happen when we hold a mohair with things, right? And so I just wanted to really, like, honor the color that this hat is and not futz with it too much. Yeah, and I think it's going to be Gorge. Not everything has to have mohair in it. I know that offended some of you. I'm sorry, but I'm one of those people too. I'm like, once I started, I was like, everything has to have mohair. Yeah, I think it's a great little simple hat. I'm doing the cables without a cable needle. It's 3/3 crossing right now, and I'm finding that just like sliding the needle in the back, dropping them off, the ones in the front, picking them up is totally fine, because the yarn is a little toothy, and so the stitches don't slip under or down. And yeah, it's been fine. I'm not really sure what else to say about. Oh, wait, there is one more thing to say about this hat. The pattern is written only for one size. So, are we saying that hats aren't size inclusive? It's a one size hat. I don't remember the measurements. Maybe it's like 21 to 24 or something like that. I don't really know. But I'm sure if you just change the weight of the yarn or the needle, you could easily obtain a gauge that could fit a myriad of head sizes. I have a big head, and so I was like, this is going to work out fine for me. Yeah. So that's the only sort of like thorn in this garden, but I mean, the rest of it is roses. This is a stunning hat. I think it looks good, like, when I'm looking at it, but looking at it here, it's like, that's a really cute hat though. All right, so that's that. Jason's cashmere. This is not cashmere. No. Loving that. Sweet. And then the last thing that I have to share with you all is the progress that I am making on the test knit that I am working on for Maxim Sear. So I showed you all last time that I didn't bring, it doesn't matter, it's in the sweater. I am working on a test knit for him. It's the officer sweater. There's no photo. Oh, there's probably a photo on his Instagram. Yeah. because the pattern's not out yet. So I'm working on that, and I am using their fluff base, which is the Le Garçon Wolcott yarn. So there's a little tag for that. I tape everything because that's how it holds, so I know when I pull it from the center, the yarn comes out with it, and then I just take it off. Anyway, this is, so here's what that looks like. Ooh. So this is in their fluff base. It's a sport weight. It's 200 meters, 219 yards for 50 grams, 55% baby alpaca, 18% fine merino wool, 17% mulberry silk, 10% yak, 100% dreamy. So my two colors are, this is Shadow, and the other color that I'm using is Cold Rain. And so the last time you all saw it, I was just, where the heck? Oh my gosh, what am I doing with my life? I was just starting it. So I'd had the rib, this is a bottom-up sweater. I'd had the ribbing done, and I was 2 blocks in. So I was like here. Oh, don't hit the mic. Oh, it's gonna be so good. So I've finished the whole front panel. I've completed the entire back panel. This has been taking up all my time, you all, because I have to get it done. And I've started, there goes my whistle, I've started the cuffs, or the cuffs of, started the cuffs. I have started the cuffs. I've started the cuffs for the sleeves. I'm going to be doing the sleeves 2 at a time, and so I've just started knitting them. These are the ribbing's done on size 2s. I actually don't remember what the actual sweater's knit on right now at the top of my head. That information doesn't matter because the pattern's not out yet, and when it does come out, I will give it all to you. So I started the cuffs for the sleeves. I'm gonna do them 2 at a time because I want them done. It starts off in the round, and then I will start working flat because they also have the fun Intarsia color blocking on it. I will say this is, here, I'm gonna fold this just so it's a little bit easier to show. This is my first Intarsia project, and it couldn't be simpler. I know sometimes we think of Intarsia and having the little bobbins, and we're working multiple colors, and it looks like it could be very intimidating and a little bit of a hot mess when we're seeing the project from the back. But because this is only 2 colors, you're literally just like working across, dropping, working across, working across, dropping, working across. And so, yeah, it's very easy, I'm finding, and quite enjoyable, actually. It's, I find that when I get to the color change, I'm really trying to make sure that it is like smooth and beautiful and the tension is right in the back. And I think it's working out pretty well. The yarn is 100% dreamy. It is so light, and I can't wait for this to be done so that I can block it and seam it up and start wearing the crap out of it, if I'm being honest. I think it's gonna definitely be worn a lot, and because I'm saying basic, but not in like not in not in what we might consider like, you know how people are like, oh, I'm just a basic girl, oh, I'm just a basic boy, like I'm a PSL type person, that's so basic. Not in that type of way, not in like a Pinterest girly way. We love a Pinterest girly though. Just like, it's just 2 colors, so you could play around with color a lot, yeah, and make it so fun. So I'm gonna workshop doing it this way first, obviously, because it's test knit, and then at some point in my life, I would love to make another one just in different colors and play around with the color a little bit. So this again is the officer sweater. It's a test knit for Maxim Cyr. When it comes out, I will definitely let you all know. I gotta, hopefully literally by the next episode, this will be complete, because the due date is a week from now. Yeah, and then I'll show it off more. I'm excited. All right, the last thing that I have to share with you all, is that true? Yes. The last thing I have to share with you all is I have just a quick acquisition. Since I showed the piecemeal earlier from the ladies at Beautiful Sister. So I have a friend who is a dancer friend. I mean, we're friends. We danced together at one point for many, many years. And actually her husband is the one that taught me how to knit. He doesn't do it so much anymore because, you know, life can happen sometimes. And one day within the past 2 weeks, she sent me, I guess it was showing up. She like doesn't follow knitters, but you know how algorithms work. She sent me a petite knit reel of a like vest type slipover. And I'd seen it because I follow Petite Knit, and so I was like, oh, that's so funny that she's sending this to me. And she's like, oh, isn't this so cute? And so I just wrote her back like, oh yeah, like I love following her. Like, are you in the market for one of those? And she's like, oh my God, yes, please. And I'm like, okay, amazing. Like, obviously I will knit this for you because I heart you so much. And oh, so it's I'll try and find a photo of it. The pattern's out now. It's the Lulu Slipover, maybe. It'll be linked below regardless. It's really cute. It doesn't have sleeves. It's like a little vest, little slipover number. And I was like, oh, well, what color do you want it in? And because I was placing an order, which I'll show next time, from Knit Picks, because sales, you know, Black Friday, Small Business Saturday, Cyber Monday, Giving Tuesday, Wednesday, we just want stuff Wednesday. And so I, on Small Business Saturday, was looking around to try to find that particular yarn that it was written in the pattern. And so I found well, it's not local to me, it's local to someone. It's called Unwind, Fine Yarn, well, it's called Unwind, but their bags is Fine Yarn, Kind Community. And I believe they're in Minnesota. They're in, no, where are they? Lee's Summit, Minnesota? Yeah, I believe so. So sort of close-ish. Anyway, this is, I guess it's a collab with Petite Knit, I'm assuming. But it's the Sandstone Garter, Peer Ghent, in the color... Does it have a color? Charcoal Melange. And, oh, so here's the lights. The light. It's so fine, that print. So yeah, it's just a beautiful charcoal number. And she really loved it, and so I'm gonna start working that up for her. I feel like I haven't made anything for anyone in a while. That's probably not true, if I'm being honest. But I don't think that I've made anything for this friend before. And I mean, she's definitely knit worthy. The stuff that her husband used to knit her when we were in the company together, which is why I started knitting, was absolutely phenomenal, and she would wear them all the time. She's like, oh yeah, like casual. And so I thought it was really sweet that she wanted me to make her something. I know my roommate has told me that excuse me, she sees stuff that I make for my roommate sometimes. She's like, oh my gosh, did Michael make that for you? It's so beautiful. And I'm like, oh, that's really sweet. Also, you could just ask me to make something for you. So yeah, I'm gonna start this. I have enough to make that. It's a worsted weight. Is it worsted? I'm pretty sure it is. It's a worsted weight. Oh, I'm like so scratchy all of a sudden. It's worsted weight. It should knit up pretty quick, especially because it doesn't have sleeves. We love that. And yeah, I gotta find some buttons to go on it. So that will be coming shortly. And that, my friends, is it. Yeah, I don't have anything else to say. If you want to do some shopping, use the coupon code for Red Stag Fibers that's down below. If you are interested in that holiday bag from Beautiful Sister, leave a comment using the word holidays and I will find one of you and tell you who that is in the next episode. And if you are free on Sunday, which is tomorrow, December 3rd at noon Eastern, and you want to just have some crafting time for 4 hours, for 4 hours, come on over and check out the Tube Dudes Live that we are doing, our holiday edition. Again, that is Stuart from the Wool Patch, Kevin and Ray from Needles at the Ready, myself, and Chip and Aaron from Fiber Hustle. We are really excited to share some things with you all and just have a fun, chill Sunday with everyone. So with that, that is the end of this episode, you all. I hope everyone has a beautiful 2 weeks. Yeah. Hug someone. Reach out to folks. Even if they don't write back to you, that's okay. Just reach out to them. We are definitely in the thick of the holiday times. And so we want to make sure that even if people don't feel it within themselves to write something back, just sharing the love with them is really important during not only this time of, well, it's important always, but especially during this time of year when things can be a little bit difficult for people. Yeah, I know I'm doing that a little bit too, and it's just really nice. All right, so with that, enjoy the rest of your Saturday. Have a beautiful 2 weeks, and I will see you all soon. Until the next time, make a piece, spread some peace. Peace.